Yeah, I missed a day. I did not upload a video on Sunday. It's for a lot of different reasons, but it's mainly because I had to get ready for something that. So, with this being the end of the month, I suppose I should do what has become my customary writing update video. There, is that better? I think that looks better. It might look better, who knows? Whatever. So here's what's been going on with me. I slowed down with the queries just a little bit. Just life, whatever. But I picked it back up. I picked the querying back up and I sent out some queries. Haven't really heard back from any of those managers. I did hear back from one manager right away, and I do appreciate that. They said that they're pretty much a small operation, they've got their hands full, but they thought that my idea sounded fun, and they closed out by saying they hope that I can find a team that will, feel passionate about the project and help me get it out there. So I really do appreciate that manager for responding and for saying that. Very kind words. But yeah, so the other managers that I've queried recently haven't responded. Of the managers that I queried previously, some of them really responded to Potter's Field, asked what I had, and they really seemed to like one of my romantic comedies. And so that's what they got, because they're just like, yeah, what else you got? Oh, you got romantic comedy? Give it to us. And one of the things that one of the managers said, they were just like, wow, wouldn't have pegged you as a romantic comedy kind of guy. But I love that shit. Whether we're talking about When Harry Met Sally or Pretty Woman or Coming to America, which is a romantic comedy. It's like I love those movies. I love those type of movies. And when I started writing screenplays, most of them felt like in that romantic comedy genre. They were mostly boy meets girl, boy falls for girl, boy chases girl type stories. So this manager was just like, lean into it. If romantic comedy is your thing, then lean into it. Give the world your romantic comedies. So that's something I've been thinking about. In any case, a couple of managers have my romantic comedy, We Shall See. And speaking of that particular romantic comedy, I sent it to We Screenplay to get coverage. And the reader enjoyed it. The reader said that they enjoyed the script, they enjoyed the story, they really liked the protagonist, which is a young woman. But what they felt was that it was your standard rom-com. And that perhaps there needed to be a little more conflict, there needed to be something to kind of give it a little more edge. And in getting that feedback, I was like, yeah, they're right. They're right. And I've just been thinking about what I could do, how I could introduce like a conflict, or how I could rewrite it to give it that edge, to give it what's missing. And it literally hit me today that there's an element that I introduced in the script that I could certainly develop into an organic conflict that will kind of spice up the story, especially in the third act. So I was like, all right, I'm into it. I made my little notes, I'm gonna think about it and get into that rewrite soon. But it was just really amazing to me how the solution was in the script. I just really had to think about it and discover that it was already there. The reader said that she felt that I was less concerned with plot and more concerned with writing a fun, breezy, romantic, funny story. I was just like, yes, that's exactly right. This story is not supposed to be super complicated. It really is in this case, girl meets boy story. But it's really a very simple story of two people finding each other and falling in love. And I wanted it to be simple, and I wanted it to be funny, and I wanted it to be romantic. So I did appreciate that that's what they thought. They just think it needs a little more. Just fine. It's fine. I've also been thinking about this action adventure comedy script that I have. It's actually one of the scripts that I came out to LA with, and I've just been kind of sitting on it because it just seemed a little too ridiculous. I mean, it's supposed to be ridiculous, but it just there are just too many like one too many elements in the script, and I need to really kind of like pare it down. And I've spoken with my mentor about this, and he made some suggestions, and a lot of them I liked and plan on implementing. You know, I plan on making these changes, but there was still something else. I was still just kind of stuck. It really, you know, really dealing with my protagonist. There was just something that was bothering me about my protagonist. And a few days ago, it hit me. And it was just more of a common sense thing. It was more something that, it was once again, I'd introduced something at the very beginning of the script. And it provided like a natural way for my protagonist to be involved in what was happening. And I don't know why I didn't think about it before. But now that I've thought about it, I'm going to rewrite that script with these changes. And hopefully, I believe, it will be a much better script when I'm finished. I'm confident in that. So honestly, that's it. I mean, nothing really new, no real developments, nothing new. I haven't won any contests. I haven't been signed or anything like that. But hey, I figure that'll come in due time. We'll mention one last thing. I'm not going to go into detail about it. I'm going to leave you hanging. But I did something the other day. Kind of nervous about it. I'm also kind of excited about it. And once it comes out, then I'll talk more about it and I'll share it. But yeah, I'm kind of nervous because I don't know how people will respond to it. I think that this will put me out there a little more. I'm definitely going to be under scrutiny. I feel like people will have things to say, maybe positive, maybe negative, but it's coming. It's coming. And I said I'm excited, but I'm nervous. It's like finishing a screenplay and putting it out there. Once it's out there, you know, you're going to get all sorts of comments, maybe some praise, maybe some criticism, is what it is. But when it happens, I will let y'all know and share that part of the journey with y'all as well. One last thing before I sign out, I want to send a shout out to the gentlemen of the 13th Floor. 13th Floor is, perhaps my favorite podcast. They've reached the 200 episode milestone, so I'm about to get into it. I will link to them in the description and all that good stuff, but yeah, excited, can't wait. Y'all should get into it. 13th Floor, I'm going to link them below, and I'm going to holler at y'all next time. Peace.